National anthems impeccably observed. Two teams, two nations who emerged out of the fragmentation of the former Yugoslavia, and it's Croatia who've had much more success since their emergence on the national stage. As for Macedonia, in terms of team news, two changes. Srna and Stovico Ristic come in. Srna, who had spells at Ipswich and Preston, now playing his trade in China with Tianjin Teda. And Ristic, who was out of favour under former boss John Toshak, get the nod for this game. Igor Stimac is the coach of Croatia. Srna Janevski, the manager, and the man with the responsibility of guiding Macedonia towards their first major tournament. World Cup 1998, the golden era for Croatian football when they finished third, and Davor Šuker won the Golden Boot. Šuker is now the president of the Croatian FA. Dario Srna, the skipper, this is his 98th cap. He keeps his place, but the three changes from the side that played against Belgium. Veteran Čorluka, Ivan Rakitic and Onion Vukovic came in. Vukovic playing his trade in Ukraine with Dynamo Kiev, the same as Niko Kranjčar, who is on the bench today. Ivan Rakitic, a midfield schemer used to playing at the highest level with Sevilla in La Liga in Spain. Some last-minute instructions. Two goalkeepers on the bench for Macedonia. Only the one, Dario Perisic, for Croatia, but also they have Samir, who, like Eduardo, the former Arsenal striker, is Brazilian, but has Croatian nationality and is able to play for his adopted nation. And we're off and underway with Croatia, playing from left to right. Today's referee is Peter Rasmussen from Copenhagen. He celebrates his 37th birthday on Monday. A real passionate cauldron atmosphere for this game. An early look for Goran Pandev, a legend in Macedonian football. No change from Rasmussen. And it is the home side who are starting very, very brightly. They're going to get 1 point so far in this Group A. A draw against Scotland. Bogatinov, 6'3" goalkeeper, the player through to Goran Popov. It's the National Stadium, Philip II Stadium in Skopje. It just falls a little quiet. Ball played along the line for Neveski, who scored that goal against Scotland. Really is a tight group. A long ball, but that'll be comfortably collected by Stipe Pletikosa. 33 years old now. It's also his 98th cap for his country tonight. First real chance now for Croatia, just to calm things down. Veteran Čorluka just moves the ball along his defensive line. Here's Luka Modric. There's a nervy clearance in the end by Van Seekov, 27. There's going to be a throw to be taken by Ivan Srnic. Ball over on the far side, and Tchaikovsky just knocked it out. The throw will be taken again. It's once more taken short. It's very tight and clustered over there. And for the third bit of action in a row, we have another throw. Perisic and Milakovsky knocking the ball out on that occasion. And ball into the heart of midfield. Croatia just starting to wrestle some control over this game. That's nicely worked by Josip Simic. And Dario Srna, 10th season now at Shakhtar Donetsk. Great servant to Croatian football and on the European stage. There's Real Madrid's Luka Modric. Incapable of having a quiet game, it seems, always scores the spectacular. And more than capable of the unexpected. Something of an unexpected challenge from Modric as he slid in on Noveski. He's brought the ball out, slightly overrun it. A painful one for the 33-year-old Nikolce Noveski. He's okay though. And a free kick will be launched forward by Goran Popov. Was headed away by Simovic. Ivan Perisic just took it overhead. And chance now for Macedonia to try and build up some momentum. Popov slightly overruns it. A chance for a Croatian counter-attack is nullified. The alert reading the game of Noveski. Played all his career in Germany, Noveski. Throw will be taken by Srna quickly. Looking to release Rakitic, the Everton striker. Has really had a purple patch in the last couple of years, particularly since joining for just around £5 million from Glasgow Rangers to the English Premier League. Here's Srna, who will take this out swinger. Set piece specialist Srna will boom it slightly too long. The ball driven out to the edge of the area where Ivan Perisic is unable to get his effort away on target. Simovic with a header, but it only succeeds in finding Sukov. A chance for a buccaneering run here now from Georgievski. Giving the ball away far too cheaply. Vukovic is available. Driving forward now is Popov. Cheaply gives away possession. And Srna hurdles the challenge. Referee Rasmussen not happy with the challenge from Szymanowski. Passive. The referee says my mind has been made up. Veteran Chorluka will exchange passes with the skipper Dario Srna. Chorluka, 26 years old now. This is 60th cap in that time. Found himself out of favour at Tottenham Hotspur now in Lokomotiv Moscow. Here's Vukovic. And again, Croatia are just trying to take any sting out of Macedonia. 93 places separate the two teams when it comes to the FIFA World Rankings. Vukovic finds Luka Modric available. Modric just wants the ball and gives it back through to Vukovic. Teammate Nico Kranjčar. That's a good interception by Josip Simovic. Just a long ball for Nikita Jelic. But quickly off his line was Martin Bogatinov. Most of these players playing their trade around Europe. Keeper Bogatinov on the Ukrainian side, Kapati. Joined in the last January transfer window from Badelj. That's a good success there. Macedonia hoping to make headway, but they're unable to do so. Tchaikovsky's run curtailed. Back into hard midfield with Mohamed Demiri. Demiri, left-footed, will launch long, and he's trying to pick out Stevika Ristic. And the first booking of the game goes to Stevika Ristic with a challenge on Dario Srna. It was an unnecessary challenge. I wonder how much that had to do with the free kick that Srna won a few moments ago. First time we've seen Demiri really get on the ball. Good idea of a pass. There's no reason for Ristic to make that challenge. He acknowledged his error very quickly. confirmation of the booking for the 30-year-old. And the restart will be taken by Stipe Pleticosa. Also to be found playing his club football in Russia with Rostov these days in his second season. There's Chorluka. Jelavic with the layoff. Brings the ball back. And loses out eventually. Mandzukic unable to maintain possession. An opportunity for Georgiev to pick out Vandsikov. Here's Goran Popov into the heart of midfielder in Demiri. Wins himself a free kick. The challenge that came in from Mandzukic was clumsy. And the Swiss-born Mohamed Demiri could play for Switzerland, Albania, but has chosen Macedonia. He'll take the free kick himself. There's Modric. Ivan Rakitic playing much wider than he does play his club football for Sevilla. There's Ipsiminic. Again, everything going through Luka Modric. Vukovic and to skipper Srna. Modric is available if he needs him. So too is Chorluka. It is Modric who's just about covered every blade of grass so far in this match. The two teams met last month. It was a narrow 1-0 victory for Croatia. Nikita Jelavic grabbing the goal. And the tactics of Igor Stimac quite evident. Keep the ball, try and silence the crowd, frustrate the stadium, and try and turn the crowd. And Serbia playing Belgium this evening. This is a game where Stimac's side could find themselves top of Group A after the third round of matches. There's a handball, not given by the referee. Looked like Ibrahimi had handled, he dinks it into the area. They're just sailing over the head of Stipe Perisic. Pleticosa made his debut in February 1999. Been around, he said 2000. It was 1999, previous millennium. 33 years younger now. It is pumped. Rakitic eventually comes through to Modric, who gives it back. The two foes from La Liga combine for country. Modric. Looking to spin forward was Ivan Srna, but he loses out. And a rare moment now for Macedonia to try and build up some momentum in the Croatian half. Popov. Milikovsky. Georgievski finds Sikov. Noveski. This is patient from the home side. The team still very much a work in progress for coach Jedomir Janevski after he took over from John Toshak. And ball coming back via Mohamed Demiri. It's a strong challenge on Onyen Vukovic. And treatment needed. So Janevski took over in the summer from John Toshak. Things weren't going to plan. Macedonian Football Association wielded the axe, and players like Perisic, who were out of favour under Toshak, have come back into the squad and indeed back into the starting lineup. Referee Rasmussen just making sure that Vukovic is okay and that he leaves the field of play before re-entering. Good chat with Igor Stimac, national manager. He's a couple of spells in England with West Ham United, but perhaps more fondly with Derby County. He was voted by supporters of the Rams to be in one of their greatest ever 11s. Igor Srna. It was with veteran Srna. Into the heart of midfield, and Rakitic is fine. Luka Modric with the threaded ball. You can see he was just trying to get Perisic in on the angle. The 23-year-old Ivan Perisic unable to get to the ball before Martin Bogatinov. Perisic unable to control. Srna narrow finds Ivan Rakitic, who just guides the ball forward, but he gives away possession. Space for Popov, intercepted by Srna. Links well with Rakitic. Here's Dario Srna. Just like to get forward and picks out Nikita Jelavic. First time cross driven in, cleared away by Neveski. And Srna with another interception with Srna further field. Srna rolls in through to Luka Modric. Ivan Perisic in his debut. After his goal against Belgium. His debut March last year. And of course results in a corner kick. Safety first, defending from Mandzukic. And it will be Ivan Rakitic to take it. Imagine it'll be an in-swinger. Near post is Simonic. Nikita Jelavic has been tripped at the edge of the area. The ball is in swinging. And Jelavic is looking at the referee, Rasmussen. He went sailing over the head of Simonic. Nikita Jelavic was tripped on the edge of the area just before the ball was played. Something of a let-off. And goal on Popov. Played the last three in a row now. We'll take the throw. Away by Srna. Rakitic seems to be fine after having treatment. Strong forward play from Pandev. The ball towards the edge of the area. First real chance, and it's in! And Macedonia have taken the lead. Hakim Ibrahimi has put the hosts ahead. Is there a shock on the cards in Group A? Delight around Macedonia. His first goal for his country, and didn't he take it well? Croatia caught on their heels and punished. Chief cheerleader Ristic tries to maintain a cacophony of cheers. Well, Croatia had tried to stifle. They've only succeeded in conceding. Srna with Rakitic. Srna drives down. No way, Luka Modric can influence proceedings. We all know about playing the game, not the occasion. Badelj. And the next few minutes are absolutely crucial. They can frustrate Croatia. They just make it game on. Rakitic finds Srna with space. Just slows it down and finds Simonic. Srna. And again Perisic back into it with Rakitic. Elegant veteran Srna. Finds a 34-year-old, vastly experienced Josip Simonic. Croatia are really just trying to make sure that there is no momentum whatsoever for Macedonia after taking the lead. With a concerted period of possession. Perisic unable to keep the ball in play. It's undertaken by Daniel Gordievski. Luka Modric. Jelavic. Very slightly clumsy from the Everton talisman. 13 goals in 19 league games for Everton. That itself is a phenomenal return, but combine that with 30 goals in 45 league games for Glasgow Rangers. The 27-year-old really is enjoying a great spell. Perisic had made the run. Rakitic says, go back through to Josip Simonic. Srna wins the throw, closed down quickly by Tchaikovsky. Perisic. Srna continues to run, and he's eventually nearly funneled through to him, but Gordievski with the interception. It's a bit stretched at the moment for Macedonia. And Ivan Tchaikovsky concedes the free kick and gets a stern telling off. The school masterly Peter Rasmussen. Highly thought of referee Peter Rasmussen within the UEFA refereeing world. Took charge of England against Belgium. That itself is an honour, as is any international, but that match in particular, was I'll talk about this in a moment. Ball just dropping down and a big up and under, sails over the bar from Perisic. The England-Belgium game was significant because it was the first time that UEFA and FIFA had tried out the Hawkeye technology. He didn't use it for any decisions, but it was tested during those 90 minutes. There's a man who's hoping not to be tested too significantly in this 90 minutes, Martin Bogatinov. Popov scurrying forward, was checked, was he? Well, he thinks he should have had a free kick. Srna's smile says a lot. There's a relief man with the captain's armband on. He has got the free kick. Tchaikovsky will take it. And this is a glorious opportunity. Tchaikovsky with a free kick, drilled in, and in the end it's headed behind by Jelavic, I beg your pardon. He says he didn't hear the shout from Stipe Pledikosa. Corner kick for Macedonia. The goal scorer, Arjun Ibrahimi, will take it. Tchaikovsky loitering deep. So too is Neveski. Not sure, well, there must be some cue there somewhere of what to expect. Srna is the man on the near post. It's spun in, but straight into the arms of Pletikosa. Ivan Srnic and Perisic, who we've seen very little of so far, continues to run for Srnic, who drives the ball into the area looking for Jelavic, can't get onto it, and Goran Popov. Look how far forward Dario Srna was. Vedran Chorluka just cushions the ball ahead and wins a free kick for the clumsy challenge from Stoico Ristic. Igor Stimac, deep in thought, as he sees Ivan Perisic. Luka Modric for Croatia, trailing. Just spun up by Nikica Jelavic. No accuracy in that. Restart taken by Bogatinov. He really hasn't been troubled yet, has he? Nice work from Tchaikovsky. And again, there's an inventiveness and a sharpness and a preciseness about Macedonia in the final third, but they need to remain focused defensively here. Jelavic finds his skipper, Dario Srna. Luka Modric for Kejevic. Srnic. Offside flag. Ball driven back in, but cushion header away from Demiri. The danger still not alleviated. It's gone behind for a corner kick. Georgievski and Chumlakovsky working hard defensively. Georgievski will take his position on the post. Bertrand Chorluka saunters forward to wait for this Ivan Rakitic corner kick. Rakitic swings it in, and in the end he sent it just wide. A gilt-edged chance for Nikica Jelavic to equalise, and he knows it. The look of a frustrated striker. Rakitic with a deep corner, and Jelavic should have hit the target. Best chance for Croatia. Chorluka. Here's Srnic on the overlap. Takes his time, Georgievski though. Good recovery, partial clearance. And a throw in for Macedonia. Perisic with a no-nonsense challenge on Ibrahimi. It's a really spirited and entertaining game. So delicately poised with Macedonia, one goal up, Croatia dictating the possession. Here's Pleticosa. Chorluka won't be unduly influenced by the derisory jeers as Croatia again look to set and dictate the tempo of the match. Modric. Four games for Real Madrid since his big summer move from Tottenham Hotspur. He's been something of a stuttering start for Jose Mourinho's team in La Liga. Srna wins a free kick after the challenge from Ristic. He's on a yellow card, don't forget, for an earlier misdemeanor from the Croatian skipper. Crossfield ball looking to pick out Rakitic. Tchaikovsky is opposite number, intercepts coolly and calmly. Bertrand Chorluka hustled and harried. And Ristic again is the chief cheerleader. Chorluka. Srna. The service through is something that Igor Stimac is not happy with, and neither is Nikica Jelavic. His header will be haunting him at the moment. Should have hit the target and worked the goalkeeper at least as a minimum. Ristic's lovely hold-up play releases Tchaikovsky. Srna snarling like a little Jack Russell Terrier, keeps the ball in play. Chorluka finds Rakitic, and Srna, oh, a little lovely little nutmeg. A chance for Sevilla's Rakitic, just to make sure that possession is maintained and the fluency. Sees the wave of possession roll from right to left for the visitors. When you consider what these two countries have been through in reasonably recent history, the significance of games between them shouldn't be underestimated. Georgievski just knocking the ball out for a throw, which will be taken by the 25-year-old Ivan Strinic. Struggles to keep it in play, does so the veteran Simonic. Srna losing out. Tchaikovsky able to get the better of Srna, who used all of his 30 years experience. Mandzukic wins a throw. Has been very quiet. Mario Mandzukic scored against Italy and got a double against the Republic of Ireland in last summer's European Championships. Mandzukic, recently that keeper Martin Bogatinov will have been wary of. Mandzukic is with Bayern Munich this season. He's got 6 goals in 7 league games. He's screaming for the ball now. The ball driven into the area, just a cushion header. And Ivan Rakitic arriving at the back post. As the Macedonian coach, Srna Janevski, up off his feet very quickly. Another good opportunity. Ivan Rakitic not even close to getting to the ball. Macedonia still leading. A real smash and grab goal from Ibrahimi, his first for his country. That's nice skill. Modric is screaming for the ball, but instead it's gone to the skipper, Srna. Modric squirrels the ball up forward. Mandzukic appeals for and wins the corner kick. Bayern Munich player like Everton's Jelavic just in one of those zones of their careers where they have an intuitive knowledge of where the ball is and how to get it into the back of the net. Rakitic will take this corner. Simonic is up for it. It's swirled in, looking forward for Chorluka! The equaliser from veteran Chorluka! His 4th goal for his country. And veteran Chorluka silences the Macedonian fans in the national arena. Awful defending. Look at the space Chorluka has, unmarked. And what good composure for a defender. It's the type of chance a striker would have dreamed of. Veteran Chorluka makes it 1-1.
Macedonia, Hrvatska 1-1. Kolotno postigna Vedran Chorluka sa broj 5.
Well, the game of chess takes another significant twist. What do Macedonia do now? They've been content so far to allow Croatia to dictate the tempo, to boss the possession. But apart from the goal, Macedonia have created very, very little. The experience of the big-name Croatian players. I've seen them fashion out chances. And listen to how quiet it is here in Skopje. Jelic. Perisic can't keep the ball in play. Mandzukic had made the run away. Started off in France, did Ivan Perisic, where he was known as the next ace, Asanovic, purely because he was a Croatian player playing in Ligue 1. Really came to prominence with Sochaux and had to go to Belgium then. His second season in Borussia Dortmund in the Bundesliga. Here he is now, with Badelj on his left wrist. Overlapping run from Srnic. Srnic has got Perisic available, but a Georgievski interception could result in a counter-attack here. Here is Pandev, who's been very, very quiet. And he loses out, but unfairly loses out, and has won a free kick on Jan Vukovic. A clumsy challenge in the eyes of referee Rasmussen. Goran Popov. Back through to Noveski. This is the first real chance of possession that Macedonia have had. They can dictate the tempo of the play now. They go long with Sikov. That's an easy collect for Stipe Pletikosa, who wants more movement. Slaviko Ristic. Just like more service, I think. Mandzukic with a lazy collect. Modric wants and gets the ball back. Srna's available on this near side. He goes short and finds Ivan Rakitic. He's playing much more narrowly. But with Srna's swashbuckling runs overlapping, it means he can do so. There's a late little challenge there from Demiri on Ivan Rakitic. Here's Luka Modric. Well, a poor touch from the Real Madrid man. It's not often you say that about Luka Modric. And Pandev, a lazy ball, squanders possession very, very cheaply, and Josip Simovic is able to start things again for Croatia. National Stadium in Skopje, very quiet. Srna looking for options, finds it in the face of Ivan Rakitic, the blonde-haired Rakitic. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking of there. A moment where he lacked awareness and composure. It was a moment that wasn't unnoticed by his manager either. A single goal separated these teams last month. It's all square now, one apiece. Nikolce Noveski, who scored against Scotland for Macedonia, finds Goran Popov. There is Noveski, and then there's the line, defensive line, Sikov, Shumilikovsky. He's the second most capped player for Macedonia now, behind the legend of Macedonian match play, Goce Sedlovski. Pandev can't believe the decision's gone against Macedonia. Modric, Perisic. Mandzukic is available, but in the end it's a hefty cross-field ball which just goes behind from Perisic. Apart from having to pick the ball out of the net, Martin Badelj hasn't really had a lot to do. Made his debut nearly 2 years ago in a friendly against Albania. Made an impression because he kept a clean sheet in that game. 26-year-old. Enjoyed club success with Rakitic. He played against Liverpool in the Europa qualifying games. Probably best we don't mention it from his perspective, as they lost 4-0, Rakitic. Jelavic losing out to Popov. Brings the ball down off his chest. Perisic collects the ball from Pandev. And the pass back from Pandev was poor, and as a Macedonia player down injured, it is Popov. Referee Rasmussen is over quickly. He's been very quiet, Goran Pandev. All-time record scorer. Tumble off the ball before Popov. The two captains, I don't think they're exchanging pleasantries. Well, there's awkward-looking falls. A chance for some tactical tinkerings to be implemented by Srna Janevski. And Popov will pop up and pop back into the field of play. Just looked like he may have landed awkwardly on his shoulder and his neck. Seen much in it, maybe coming together of legs with Ivan Rakitic, and it is the shoulder that's the problem. There's so many small bones in that area, ligaments. Very, very painful. Five minutes to go to the break. It's all square. A really good first half so far. And sporting play from Perisic. Popov poised to come back on any moment. Super Pivakosa just waving his teammates forward. Hasn't got the shape that he wants yet. So he's got a kick from hands then. Instead, with his coach Igor Stimac staring on. He just takes his time again. This has been the Croatian tactic from the first whistle. Slow the game down. And try and pounce when the opportunity presents itself. Jelavic had an opportunity. Didn't even find the target though. Popov, who looks fine after that challenge. Just has a little feel of his shoulder. Afterwards, a wave of the arm. Test the movement in the socket. An early touch there from Badelj, and a moment of coolness under pressure. Here is Popov. Close down by Rakitic. Intercepted by Srna. Rakitic available. Pandev intercepts, but then he succeeds in finding Rakitic to Modric. Here is Dario Srna. So much of the play coming and being built up on this near touchline through the skipper, Srna. Just loves to get forward. Goal scorer for Croatia, veteran Čorluka. Finds his former Tottenham teammate Luka Modric. It's like a toreador tormenting in the ring. Just trying to tease out some space and then opening to exploit. Croatia win a free kick. And then Perisic's run seemingly curtailed by Georgievski. Rakitic will come over. He's already got an assist. He's told to wait to the whistle. Srna is up for it. Perisic will be a decoy. Ivan Rakitic. As half-time approaches, Rakitic with the free kick. Oh, and it's palmed away by the keeper, Bogatinov. He was nearly caught out by that. Pandev, lovely turn. Counter-attack is on here. Here's Tchaikovsky. And that's a good interception from Srna. We got back, and Tchaikovsky didn't have a trick. Modric finds Rakitic. Perisic. Jelavic is available in the area. Little ball threaded into Ivan Rakitic, drives it away, and it's headed away by Sikov. It's really opening up on the stroke of half-time now. Tchaikovsky for Macedonia. Ristic makes the run. Instead he finds Ibrahimi. Left for his shot, just scuffed it. And the goal scorer, Ibrahimi, cuts a frustrated figure. Was that the best option? Here's the Rakitic free kick again. And the keeper nearly caught out. Just wouldn't bounce down for Perisic. Pletikosa. I don't know how much time the referee will add on for injuries. Physio's been on a couple of times. Maybe an extra minute. The goal scorer for Croatia. Not often you say that. Veteran Čorluka finds Srna. Luka Modric just drips into a pocket of space. Ivan Rakitic and Dario Srna, the skipper. Scoop ball from Dario Srna. Mandzukic pressurising Georgievski. Perisic with a partial clearance. Back in through the Mandzukic. The Bayern Munich player back to goal. Oh, lovely footwork. Perisic. Well, if the footwork to Perisic was sumptuous, the cross was shocking. Plenty for Igor Stimac to say to his players during the break. Bogatinov knows there have been times when he's been drawn into action. And the referee brings to a halt an entertaining first 45 minutes, which Macedonia took the lead. A first goal for Ajim Ibrahimi, a really cool finish on a counter-attack. But veteran Čorluka given acres of space to equalise from Ivan Rakitic's teasing, swirling corner. It has been a really good first 45 minutes. And at the break, it is Macedonia 1. Welcome back for the start of the second half of this World Cup qualifier between Macedonia and Croatia. It's been an intriguing first 45 minutes. It's 1-1 at the break. Vedran Čorluka cancelling out an opener from Ibrahimi as Macedonia playing from left to right get us off and underway at the Macedonian National Stadium in Skopje. Ball bouncing down to the heart of midfield, and Mohamed Demiri. And Macedonia trying to do what Croatia did so confidently and comfortably in the first half, which is dictate the tempo of the play and boss the possession. Little push on Pandev by Srna. And it'll be a free kick which will be taken by Van Sikov, a 27-year-old. He scored against Armenia about a year or so ago, and that'll bounce straight the way through. No chance for Ivan Tchaikovsky to get onto the end of that. Run that was checked by the skipper Dario Srna. Stipe Pletikosa Gets his first touch of the ball at the start of the second half. Had a little loan spell with Tottenham Hotspur, but now playing for Rostov in Russia. It's his 6th season in Russian football, 4 seasons with Spartak Moscow. There's a rich seam of experience coursing through this Croatian side. I sense that Igor Stimac has found a way to sprinkle some magic to launch a renaissance after the departure of Slavan Bilic. He tries luck at club management in Russia as well. Here's Ivan Rakitic. Veteran Chorluka finds Josip Simonic. Srna has got Modric available on the halfway line, the Real Madrid midfielder. He just drops back and collects the ball. So much of the play going through little Luka Modric. A beguiling footballer. Always available, just drops into little areas of space and sees the game around him, always knows his next couple of passes. That's Nikita Jelavic, plays back in through to Srna. The ball is knocked behind for the first corner kick of the second half by Ajim Ibrahimi. He started the scoring with his first for his country. Really cool finish as well. They need to remain focused now. The equaliser came from a corner, and Rakitic swirls it long again. Mandzukic unable to keep it in play. Bayern Munich player has been quite quiet in the match so far. Seems to be the tactic from Rakitic to play deep from the corners. Martin Bogatinov. It's a powerful header, wasn't it, from Simonic? Mandzukic taking a ride on Shumilakovsky's shoulders. Referee, good levels of communication. And Shumilakovsky now playing in China with Tianjin Tida. He's clocked up some air miles in his career though. Bogatinov, closed down by Jelavic. Pandev losing out for the second wave of red. Sees Pandev create some space and drop the shoulder and falls over, no penalty. Pandev can't believe it, neither can the crowd. Peter Rasmussen, very quick to signal his decision. It was Pandev who created the space. Lovely little move into the area. Well, Simonic's leg was out, but he went down very, very easily. Macedonia have a corner. Ibrahimi swirls it in, it's headed away by Vedran Chorluka. Ibrahimi keeps the ball in play. He's pirouetting into some space. Back in through to Daniel Georgievski, swirled into the area, the danger's only partially cleared. Here's Strakovski, chips it in, back post over the head of Ristic. And a let-off for Croatia. Oh, Stipe Pleticosa having a word with Pandev about the use of the arm and the elbow. Didn't quite see it from that angle. Ristic walks away. And Pleticosa was not happy. Wait to see if our director will show us what has aggrieved Pleticosa so much. Mandzukic losing out. Srna in through to Luka Modric. Lovely skill from Luka Modric as his legs taken by Strakovski. such a low centre of gravity that Luka Modric has. Holding his hamstring area there, won't go down with the powers that be at the Santiago Bernabeu. As the Real Madrid coaching staff will get reports of Modric's performances. Clumsy from Sikov on Jelavic. Only had the one real chance so far, Jelavic, that header, which he failed to find the target from. That's nicely worked. Perisic finds Srna, swelled in back post, headed down. Here's Jelavic, tried the spectacular, concedes a free kick in doing so. Referee deeming it to be dangerous play. Sikov just stood so strong like an oak. Again, it's the deep cross. Jelavic very, very close to the referee. They decided that wasn't fair. Modric just always has space to play in, doesn't he? Such a gifted player. Back on the ball now, Luka Modric for Croatia. Driven crossfield looking for Ivan Rakitic. Srna available on the overlap, but the ball's not going to get to him. Rakitic loses out. Rakitic comes across on cover. In the end, the ball is mined clear, and Modric balletically escapes one challenge, but there's a counter-attack on here with Tarkowski. Ball spun into the area, but that cross lacked panache. Cushion header from Jelavic. Mandzukic against Georgievski. And Sikov brings clarity to proceedings. Here's Mohamed Demiri. Long ball forward, Pandev falls down. The offside flag's gone. The battle between the strikers and the defenders at that end of the pitch is becoming increasingly fractious. We'll see here whether he was offside or not. Just had slightly mistimed the run, Tarkowski. And Pandev wasn't happy with the way he was challenged. Nikola Gligodov comes on to replace Shumi Lakovsky. Always a memorable match, this, for Gligodov. He made his competitive debut against Croatia. This is his 11th appearance for his country. Cleared away by Perisic eventually. Looking to release Jelavic, and he nearly got free then. Sikov back through to his keeper. Bogatinov. And Igor Stimac will have a decision to make very, very quickly. His team haven't started the second half well. Here's David Ristic. Trying to turn provider. Booms in the cross. It's lacked a little bit of subtlety. First time he's got involved in the build-up play, really. David Ristic. But at what point does Igor Stimac look to the bench and try something different? As we approach the hour mark, Mohamed Demiri for Macedonia. Van Sikov. Pandev unable to maintain possession. Rakitic leaves it for his skipper Srna. The Sevilla man makes the run. Mandzukic with the overlap. Jelavic trying to feed it back out. Clumsy challenge from Nikica Jelavic. Contact coming in the air. Igor Stimac, a real character in Croatia. Actually released a song a while ago, Macedonia. He's 45 years old now. Slaven Bilic was in a rock band as well, wasn't he? Must have to be musical to be the head coach of the Croatian national team. Modric withstands the challenge. That's lovely football to get the better of Pandev. Here's Rakitic driving forward, runs into a cul-de-sac of red. Is told to get up from the Noveski challenge by the referee Rasmussen. Breaking forward is Popov. Thinks about the cross. Is forced towards the dead ball line. He just ran out of space. Good backtracking from Dario Srna. The white line just came too quickly for Goran Popov. Quite a sellout in this 32,000 capacity Philip II National Arena in Skopje. Pandev on the stretch. Loose ball from Rakitic. Milovic, who hasn't looked particularly mobile in this game. He's worked hard and industriously, and without much flair. Georgievski. At the moment, it's Macedonia doing what Croatia did in the first period. Dictating the possession, setting the tempo of the play. Luka with a chip. Modric. There's Srna. Victory for Croatia, don't forget, could leave them top of the group. Perisic wins a free kick. Because Serbia and Belgium are locking horns. By the end of this round of matches, Croatia could be top. Perisic just having a little chat with Georgievich. Rakitic will take the free kick. Full blue shirts to aim for. And driven in. Oh, it's in! Ivan Rakitic with a stunning free kick! And Croatia take the lead. What a goal from Ivan Rakitic. That was special. That was very special. Inventive, intuitive, and so effective. Martin Bogatanev, the goalkeeper, embarrassed. A special moment for Ivan Rakitic. Cometh the hour, cometh the man. Well, that is totally against the run of play in the second half. If Macedonia's goal was a smash and grab in the first period, so was that. But for the first time in this game, Macedonia are behind. Popov. Again, Macedonia not being swayed from their tactics. Like a coiled cobra poised to pounce. Croatia content to let their host play in front of them. Nice little layoff, finds Ibrahimi. Back through into the substitute, Gligorov. And a strong challenge that came in there from Demiri was fair. But a free kick conceded right on the edge of the area. The challenge on Pandev, and Vedran Čorluka has his name taken. Home fans' volume level starts to increase. Ristic in the area at the moment. Referee pointing precisely where he wants the free kick to be taken from. Pandev is standing there. So too is Strakowski. The wall's being organised. Atletico having to deal with matters on and off the field at the moment, unfortunately. Also in the area now is Ibrahimi. Ristic is just towards the edge of the wall. Like to see how this will be orchestrated. Strakowski and Pandev stand. Also in the wall now is Gligorov. And you get confirmation of the Čorluka yellow card. It's danger now for Croatia, and that worked perfectly in training. They got a throw from it. It came out through to Sikov. More changes. It is Nikica Jelavic who makes way. Hasn't had the most mobile of nights. That one chance, that header that didn't even register on target. And the Everton striker makes way. And it's a special moment for Samir. He makes his debut. Currently playing with Dinamo Zagreb. More of a midfielder, so it'll be interesting to see how they shape up now. The throw comes in, and it's dealt with by Čorluka. Sikov. Ball tossed in and away by Srnic, theatrically with a dive. Pressure maintained. Ball kept in play, no. Strakowski. His off-the-cuff improvisation results in a throw-in for Croatia. And 25-year-old Ivan Srnic will take the throw. Approaching the midway point of the second half. It is Croatia who lead, but against the run of play. You really wouldn't guess there was such disparity between these two teams when it comes to the FIFA World Rankings. Macedonia starting off in 104th place, down 7 on the latest chart positions. Also dropping were Croatia, but only 2, they're 11th, just outside the top 10. More significantly for them, they're hoping to be top of the group after this round of matches. In Group A, it really is a tight group, with Serbia, Belgium and Croatia all starting on 4 points. Here's Samir, finds Srnic, backing through to the fulcrum, and the metronome of this side, Luka Modric, who's possibly the most amount of possession that Croatia have had in the second half in the Macedonian half of the pitch. There's a little swirl cross, looks to find Perisic, it's only partially cleared. Srnic, well, he's half stood on the ball. Modric will force Ristic wide. There's a lovely fluency about the move, and Ibrahimi over on the left-hand side. Gligorov. It's a scrappy ball. Mandzukic finds Samir. Mandzukic. And Samir, as an attacking midfielder, will support the attack. See how much he will lead the line. He is doing so at the moment. Here is the debutant Samir. Tries to get the yard, get the angle that he needs. Drives it in and wins a corner kick. Patient defending from Noveski. Just forced the substitute to pose the question, which he answered. Interesting to see whether this one will go long. Modric had dropped short. And Ivan Rakitic will drive the ball again towards the back post. It's headed back down, but comfortably collected by Martin Bogatinov. Volosky. Vansikov. And through to Georgievski. Ibrahimovic come over to this near touchline now. Tchaikovsky's gone back over on the far left-hand side. Samir with a header. Simovic finds Luka Modric. The time is gifted and allowed. It's like there's an exclusion zone for about 10 feet around the Tyne-size midfield schema. Here's Dario Srna. There's a chance for a quick counter-attack here. Goran Pandev not happy. There's Vukovic. Just grabs hold of Goran Pandev. From Inter Milan forward. Uses his experience. Vukovic. Also sanctioned by the referee. Croatia need to remain focused defensively. They need to be able to take a free kick better than that. Here's Ivan Rakitic leading the charge. Sikov concedes a free kick. Next for Croatia. And they've got 2 home games, Macedonia. After this game against Macedonia, Wales and Serbia. The next 3, 4, the next 2 after this, they've got a run of 3 in a row. Macedonia all at home, Serbia and Belgium. And it's back-to-back games against Belgium, separated by 4 days. Here's Samir. Rakitic. Chance now for Ibrahimi. In through to Gligorov. Again in the moment, Croatia are just forcing Macedonia back inside the final 20 minutes of this game. Simovic, a little too assertive for the referee's liking. And Ristic trying to get a fellow player booked. A rueful smile. And again, Simovic. He's done well, Rasmussen. And as I mentioned earlier, turns 37 on Monday in Copenhagen. There's Ibrahimi. We've had one spectacular free kick go in. What can Ibrahimi do here? This time he swirls it in back post, but away by Simovic. Georgievski can't get a cross in. Ivan Srnić in question defensively. More changes being made from the dugout. Mandzukic is the player to make way, and Kalinic comes on, former Blackburn Rovers striker. Mandzukic hasn't had a great deal of success in this game, been very, very quiet. And Kalinic coming on to lead the line. They have to remain focused defensively. Here's Ibrahimi. Pandev. Close down. Create some space. Oh, and it came too quickly for Ibrahimi. Popov. Oh, Rakitic just stayed there, and the ball came off his knee and into space, and the severe midfielder is under pressure from Popov. He finds Kalinic. And his first involvement is to win a free kick. Didn't really have much success at Blackburn Rovers. Only 7 goals in 44 appearances for them. Dnipro, 11 in 25, scored in his last 2 club games. Also got a goal for his country against Estonia in May in the lead up to the UEFA European Championships. And that's a short little back pass, and Srnić mightily relieved. Lackadaisical moment there from Srnić. Oh, that's a strong challenge from Luka Modric. Ligorov picks himself up. As we see, really, really no-nonsense challenge from Luka Modric. Nikola Ligorov picks himself up. Confirmation that Modric did have his name taken. There's Mandzukic. Finds Daniel Georgievski. Driving forward. That's a hefty first touch from Ligorov. Modric. The skipper Dario Srna really hasn't got forward anywhere nearly as much as he has in the first half. Kalinic battling away against Neveski, holds the ball up and wins a free kick. There's no way Neveski was letting Kalinic get away from him then. Battling away, Neveski played all his career in Germany. Dario Srna, set-piece specialist, he'll be an outswinger this. Srna, the skipper, right-footed, away by Seekov, but he was pushed over there in the heart of the shenanigans. Boban Karov is on for Macedonia. Demiri, out through to Popov. Driven crossfield away from Srnić. And here's Perisic, who's been anonymous in the second half. He wanted rid of the ball, he just thumps it long and aimlessly. Looking to provide clarity is Modric, finds Samir. And his goal is separating the teams at the moment. Rakitic drives forward, and in the end is Kalinic! Should have been 3-1. Substitute Ivan Kalinic should have at least hit the target, and that's a let-off for Macedonia. He drove it into the ground, and that took the accuracy off it. big miss. Confirmation it's Sikov who is off. And Gunkarov, the 30-year-old, who's on. Interesting character, Gunkarov, playing in Bulgaria, a newly promoted side. They're actually flying in the Bulgarian league at the moment. Second at the moment, Bosi Plovdiv. Modric. Well, he's helped to his feet, Luka Modric. He's won the free kick. It's been a difficult season for the former Tottenham midfielder since his departure from White Hart Lane to the Santiago Bernabeu. Real Madrid not flowing fluidly this season. He hasn't got going. Oh dear. And the free kick's been given for Tchaikovsky, who picks himself up. Gretchen Chorluka comes across. Dario Srna picks himself up. Still much having a skipper, much more focused defensively. It was a goal that separated these teams last month when they met. Jelavic got it on that occasion, 1-0 for Croatia. At the moment, it's Ivan Rakitic's goal, which is proving to be the difference. Karov. Here's Noveski, and here's Goran Popov. Popov shown he has a nose for adventure in the first half, hasn't got forward much in the second half to support. Looking to come on is Ferhan Hassani very, very soon. Number 11 for Macedonia. There is Popov, tall for a left-back these days. The fashion is for smaller, more agile full-backs rather than burly, granite-jawed players. Here's Pandev, the impish scheme-maker, does well to pick out Popov. Thought about the first time cross, second time drives it in. The shot from Ristic was eventually cleared by Modric to Samir. That's the first pass that Modric has misplaced in this game. And Croatia playing themselves out of trouble very, very confidently inside the last 10 minutes. Pandev wondering whether Ibrahimi was poised to shoot then. Since there's a burgeoning confidence among the Macedonian players. Here is Pandev. Threaded ball away by Simonic. Been very strong at the back. Samir. Lovely skill from the Brazilian. He's got Kalinic available with the pass though. Is intercepted by Gunkarov. And as soon as Kalinic touched it, he was offside and interfering and active. Could have made it 3-1, Nikola Kalinic. Well, Popov is the player to make way. Ferhan Hassani comes on.
Player out. Popov Goran, number 3. Player in.
Let's A more attacking move from the coach. Said he hadn't got forward as much in the second half. Sedimir Yarevski has reacted by bringing on the 22-year-old Hassani. Here's Ibrahimi, left-footed, off Chorluka. Took the sting out of the drive. Just wonder where the deflection would go. Kletikosa breaks Ibrahimi's hearts. The space he's got to take this shot though. And the time. That could have gone anywhere from Chorluka. There's another threaded ball towards the on-rushing Perisic and Tchaikovsky. It's a corner kick, and listen to the reaction from the home fans. They can sense an equaliser. Croatia are holding on here. Hassani. Modric is making way. And it just takes the sting out of any momentum. For confirmation about who Modric is going to be replaced by. It is Milan Badelj. The corner kick swung in. Tchaikovsky just heads into space. Ball bounces down, lofted in, and in the end is Noveski. Corner. And at the moment, it is Croatia who are riding their luck. It's looking very, very rickety defensively at the moment. It's a boomed ball towards the edge of the area. Tchaikovsky heads down, and in the end it's just swiped away by Badelj. Simovic with a clearing header. Rakitic loses out through to Hassani. Rakitic, perhaps just taking a little bit of time here to get himself organised. It does take the sting out of the attack. Srna remains focused. Macedonia asking significant questions. The ball away by only as far as Samir, can't hold it up. Here's Kalinic, looking to alleviate some of the incessant pressure. A sea of red, he's dispossessed by Goran Pandev, who gives the ball away. And in just sense, Croatia will be happy to maintain some possession. Srna looking through to Milan Badelj, the Dinamo Zagreb man. There's a fresh impetus in midfield and fluency. Modric has been impressive in the game. So much of the play going through him. There is Badelj. Perisic has been very quiet in the second half. Very narrow. A good little overlapping run here. Dario Srna. The ball swiveled in. Perisic takes a shot at it, scoops it up, takes a second attempt at it and chokes the shot into the ground. Croatia don't take maximum points from this game. Look back upon it as a hugely missed opportunity. Home fans doing their bit to try and lift the players and fashion one opportunity. Here's Rakitic. His improvisation is the difference so far. Samir. Perisic needs support, has to go back in field. Here's Ivan Srna. And Simovic, well, he was played into trouble here. Here's Goran Pandev, but Simovic stands strong. And Pandev, who is frustrated and a little tired. The sands of time seem to be creeping up on Pandev. Still a wonderfully gifted player. Badelj, crossfield to Ivan Perisic. 2.5 minutes, just under, of normal time remaining. We've had 6 substitutions, so there could be a couple of minutes to add on. Samir is scrappy with his possession. Georgievski. An interception. And now Samir to pickpocket and find Nikola Kalinic. No real options available. He now has Perisic to his near touchline. Ivan Perisic slows the game down. Badelj. Rakitic is playing much more narrowly. Some more where you'd see him playing for Sevilla. Dovetailing with Piotr Trakowski. And here's Perisic. Tries to get round the outside. And there's a painful one for Georgievski. This is what Croatia will want. It's a chance to pin Macedonia back. Be interesting to see how many bodies they're prepared to commit for this corner kick. Ivan Rakitic on a, well, not more than a saunter forward. Srna has stayed back for this one. Rakitic on the running track, the colour of his shirt, shorts and socks. Looks for options. Again he goes long. The ball cushioned down and Badelj. Just wide. He's made an impact since he's come on. Milan Badelj. Forward by Martin Bogatinov. Away by Srna, but there's a Croatian player down, and referee Peter Rasmussen has quickly decided that the challenge on Josip Simonic wasn't great. And he's been told to go off if he needs treatment. The referee's picked the ball up. He's just seen it as a drop ball. And Pandev is going to get a yellow card. Such was his premature enthusiasm. He's trying to grab the ball unsportingly, and the referee was having none of it. And to add it on time. Can Macedonia scramble a point? Kalinic, Samir give them an opportunity to launch a sea of red. Will the blue wall stand strong? Georgievski with a free kick. Neveskia available. Edge of the area, Badelj finds Samir. Chance for a counter-attack with Ivan Rakitic and Samir. He'll look to run down time, and he's won a throw. And the Brazilians done well. A thumbs up from Igor Stimac. And Georgievski forced into action. Srna with the throw back through to Simonic. Kalinic is the intended target. Only cleared as far as Samir. Intuitive little roll back. Samir trying to play some flashy samba stuff. Bogatinov with a long kick. Really is running out of time now. A weaving little run from Hassani. It's curtailed, and Rakitic. With the skipper Dario Srna, they find Samir. Looked impressive, Samir, since he's come on. And Ivan Srna, sense a pervading sense of gloom around the Macedonian fans, at least, as Croatia just play the ball around themselves. There's no sense of urgency to close down. And they make progress. could be letting them into a false sense of security. There could be a counter-attack on. Demiri, forward through to Pandev. Here's Trakowski. Gets a free kick. Trakowski nicks it out wide right. And chance now for Ibrahimi, spoons the ball in, only as far as Pletikosa. And there's a glumness around the National Stadium in Skopje at the moment. Sort of an acceptance that the team won't get out of trouble. And that frustration evident with another strong challenge on Nikola Kalinic from Noveski. And predictably Croatia will take their time. Srna gives the cue. Will he have a go at goal himself? They've already scored from a free kick. Here's Srna, drives it and it's deflected. Oh, it's hit the post! What a let-off! And that's it, the referee blows the full-time whistle and Croatia have come from behind. A chorus of discontent from the Macedonian fans, but delight for the Croats. Ibrahimi puts Macedonia ahead with his first goal for his country. Rakitic's corner was converted by Vedran Čurluka. Then the Sevilla man who set up the equaliser scored what turned out to be the winner with an impish free kick. And the full-time whistle has blown. It's finished. Macedonia 1, Croatia 2.